Here we have a candle scene in Teleplay. Let's let it spin some more. Let's let it do its magic. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. There's like a nice little waterfall coming down, some springy leaves and petals in the air. Okay, because I know I got a few customers who I know are selling candles and bath products. So I'm like, okay, I'll just make some more of these type of scenes. So let me show you what I'm doing in terms of the physical setup. I got 2 100-watt LEDs lighting the green screen. Then I got 3 60-watt daylight LEDs lighting the actual candle with the cubes on the bottom on top of a rotating stand. And notice how the 3 lights, 1, 2, 3, are very close to the actual candle. It's so close that if I were to move one of these lights, they'd already be in the scene. And because I noticed some of you are doing the floating effect, but the lights are like way too far away from the actual cubes and whatever's on top of it. So just, make sure your lights are very close to the actual cubes and product that's on top of it. Another thing, if you notice, I put the iPad on top of some extra cubes I had, and that's to make sure that the camera of the iPad, which is right here, is flush with so that this candle is nice and in the center of the scene itself. Okay, so let's move forward. Let me show you what I'm doing in the actual app itself. So first of all, let me kind of just remove everything. Let's pretend there's nothing here. Okay, so the first thing I want to do then is to do the calibration. So you can press calibrate and click sometimes you want to click reset because I messed around with these settings. So if you mess around with these settings like I did here and click calibrate, nothing will happen simply because these things aren't where they need to be. So click reset to move them up a little. And that way when you click calibrate, either your downloaded background will appear, or if you didn't download a background, it will appear once you download it because you already clicked calibrate. I hope that makes sense. And now that you calibrated everything, put the candle back in. Okay. And now notice how there's like green glare on it, making it obvious that it's in front of a green screen. So what we're gonna do now is click on make sure spill suppression is enabled. Make sure green spill is on, not blue screen because we're not using a blue screen. We're using a green screen. Then you can play around with this. Kind of like to leave it right here. Now notice how big of a difference that makes. See how it removes the green color? Okay, moving forward, let's add the foreground effect. I believe if you go to nature transitions, you see a lot of different effects there. For this particular scene, I did Spring 8. Move that up a bit. And there are also other effects. You can do like Spring 6. Just inside this whole nature category, there's a lot of different effects that can work. So just play around with it. See what you can come up with. This one looks really cool too. Okay guys, I'm here if you have any questions.